welcome to another episode of the Grow Your Occupancy podcast. It's me today, Julie Podewitz, CEO and founder, and today I wanted to talk to you all just a little bit about the mystery shop experience that I went on this week. I have not mystery shopped in person since before COVID. And it continues to be an eye-opening experience, both in a positive and the areas of opportunity way. So I visited 4 communities, and three were phone calls first, and 1 was a walk-in. All right, a few things that I took away. Number 1, it's exhausting. It is absolutely exhausting. I did 3 in one day, and it's just incredibly exhausting, both physically and emotionally. It's confusing in the best of circumstances. Please bear that in mind. Customers are overwhelmed, even on the best day. I'm very familiar with the business, and I got very overwhelmed. And the second is that warm welcomes matter. We were welcomed very warmly twice, and the other 2, not as much. No one was rude, but the warm welcome really matters. Only 1 of the 4 attempted to close at all to any next step at all. And the person that did was a sales assistant, and she did probably overall she was really good, especially for, being a sales assistant. And she asked at the end when we were sitting down if we wanted to hold an apartment by putting down a deposit. That was the only person that did any attempt to close to a next step, to make any suggestions. The rest let us just walk out. Another takeaway, don't waste money giving expensive marketing material out. They're gorgeous, beautiful brochures with some of the booklets, full color, pockets, lots of sheets and information. Number 1, it's too much. And number 2, it's expensive. And it does not help the process. Number 4 or 5, I don't know what number I'm on. Be careful about doing too much too soon. I would say in all 4 cases, there were some discovery. Some did better than others. But during the discovery, first of all, only 1 out of 4 even asked my parents' names. No one used their names though. Even the one who asked the name. Use the person in front of you, use their name, and don't refer to whomever it is that would be the potential resident by name. So critical. Personalize that experience. Too much too soon. Putting a bunch of floor plans out, putting a design of the whole building out. It's overwhelming information. Discounts and deals. 3 out of 4 brought up discounts and deals pretty quickly in the process. And in the scenario, which is, a real life scenario, never brought up money. Money in this scenario is not, there's plenty of finances there. In one case, they led with the deal. And in another case, we mentioned the competition just to say, hey, we're looking. And they right away said, we'll match that deal. And in this case, we probably would have done it without any deal. And the deal at that time didn't mean anything. So if you are offering it, if you do have incentives in your toolbox, only bring them out when it's appropriate. And it's appropriate when your customer, when you have discovered and defined that your customers further down in the funnel, if they're still shopping, they're still deciding, what is it that they're deciding? What is their next step? If it's to try to bring mom a little bit forward in this thought process, throwing up a deal is not going to move that prospect or that customer forward because mom's still home saying she's not going to do this. So incentives, concessions, only when they're further down in the funnel. The energy, every community has energy. And we visited two absolutely gorgeous, new, like, wow communities. One rattling, empty and sterile, gorgeous, beautiful, didn't see anybody. And you can say, well, we just opened and things, but if that's the case, make sure that there are human connections that happen during the time that you're with a prospect, a customer. We went into one of the shops, was an physically older building. You walked in, and what it felt like a group, a bunch of people, young and old, living together and liking one another. And it was positive energy. It felt that this was a family. And their differentiation is care and longevity of staff. And I believe it. I absolutely believe it. You could feel the positive energy. If you don't have longevity of staff, totally understand. Find a differentiator. And in most cases, you won't need to really say it, demonstrate it. And the thing that those emotional components matter. When in one instance with parking, could not find parking, that's a negative. That is a negative, right? It's like, we're already tired, and we're kind of hassled, and now we can't find a place to park. Not that just didn't feel good. Being greeted warmly. I mean, these things really, really matter. Now, again, 3 of the 4 were planned. One was a walk-in. We got a little takeaway gift from one. It was chocolates. It was something. We didn't get anything from the others except the brochure. As far as follow-up, 2 of the 4 have followed up, just vague, because there wasn't a specific next step given. So again, just wanted to kind of give you guys my impressions, my thoughts, my feelings, since I'm fresh off these mystery shops. There are so many wonderful people that live and work in our communities, and you all who do, or who lead those that do, the most important thing to remember is the feelings that your customer has when they come in, when they experience the time that they're in your community, and what do they need to do, decide, or think about as they leave. So when you're following up with them, you're continuing the conversation, they know precisely why. What is it that they need to do, decide, or think about next? Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm Julie Podewitz from Grow Your Occupancy.